right in the courtyard of one of the most secretive institutions on the planet, the headquarters of the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency stands a work of art that, after more than 3 decades, no one truly understands. Amid cold concrete walls, in a place accustomed to the silhouettes of agents, classified reports, and state secrets, there exists another mystery, not a top-secret file, not a political conspiracy, but a cipher, engraved on a sheet of copper. The piece is called Kryptos, from the Greek for hidden. From the moment it appeared, it became a symbol of the fragile boundary between art and secrecy, between beauty and obsession, between the belief that humans can solve every puzzle and the reality that some things are born to remain in the dark. In 1990, artist Jim Sanborn completed Kryptos. What seemed to be merely a sculpture in the CIA's courtyard made the world stop, look, and ask what is concealed within those characters on a 6-meter copper sheet, spiraling around a steel spine. Are more than 1,800 hand-etched letters, characters that appear meaningless, yet are arranged with calculated intent. They are like a gateway that only those who truly understand the language of shadows can pass through. Jim Sanborn, born in Washington, D.C., is neither an agent nor a cryptanalyst. He is an artist, but one with a particular fascination for the mysteries of the human mind. When the U.S. government invited artists to create works for the CIA's new headquarters in Langley, he saw a chance to turn art into a test of the very people who live by code breaking. He wanted to create a small world within a larger one, a place where even the most brilliant, cold-minded officers would pause and reflect. The work is not just a statue, it is a message. Sanborn collaborated with Ed Scheidt, former head of the CIA's Cryptographic Center, to design a sequence of ciphers that grow in complexity, like peeling an onion. Each layer carries meaning, challenge, and an invitation for exceptional minds to join the game. What Sanborn didn't expect was that the game would remain unfinished after more than 35 years. Kryptos quickly became a phenomenon. Soon after its unveiling, cryptographers at the CIO and the U.S. National Security Agency (NSA) began to tackle it. They discovered that 4 separate texts were hidden within. After thousands of hours of work, the first 3 were eventually solved, but the 4th, a mere 97 characters, remains locked. The first section of Kryptos reveals a curious line between subtle shading and the absence of light lies the nuance of occlusion. The misspelling of illusion as occlusion reads like a mischievous wink or a deliberate signal even within truth. Deception can be concealed. The second section points to the coordinates of the CIA's headquarters in Langley, Virginia, accompanied by teasing questions. Does Langley know about this? It's buried out there somewhere. Who knows the exact location? Only W. widely taken to mean William Webster. The CIA director at the time only deepens the haze. The third section quotes the archaeologist Howard Carter, describing his first glimpse of the treasures in Tutankhamun's tomb, a line bound up with discovery, light, and death. 3 themes that seem to orbit Kryptos. The question then becomes, what is Kryptos really saying? Is it merely an artist's prank at the expense of the cryptographic community, or is it a message sent and hidden at the heart of the CIA? Awaiting the day someone clear-sighted enough will understand, experts have tried everything. They have analyzed every letter, every gap, every scratch in the copper. They have used computer algorithms, classical ciphers, even AI models to find repeating patterns. The result is still silence. Sanborn once said Kryptos is a journey of patience and intellect. It's like an echo from the past, asking whether we can truly understand the things we ourselves create. Indeed, Kryptos is not just a cipher. It is a mirror held up to our obsession with knowledge and power, and to the notion that a truth may sit in plain sight and yet go unseen. After the first 3 parts were solved, all hope shifted to the 4th, the mysterious K4. Only 3 lines, 97 characters long, and so far unsolved. From NSA and CIA specialists to a global community of amateur codebreakers, everyone has been stumped. Time passed, the world changed, technology advanced, yet Kryptos still stands in the CIA courtyard, a mute witness to human intellect and its limits. Those who have grappled with it say that staring at Kryptos is like peering into an abyss. The longer you look, the more it pulls you in. Each character, each line, seems to look back at you, to challenge you, to smirk, as if it knows you will never truly understand. Behind Kryptos' cold copper lies not only an unsolved cipher, but a maze of theories, disputes, and near-desperate attempts by brilliant minds. 35 years on, the question, "What does K4 say?" still bows the world into silence. Since Kryptos appeared, thousands have tried to crack it. Some are military cryptographers, others software engineers, mathematicians, or simply obsessed onlookers. Across online forums, they share lines of cipher and chains of reasoning. Some stay up all night hunting for patterns. Others have flown to Langley to stand in the courtyard and stare at the great copper scroll, as if by staring long enough they might hear something speak from within. One of the most persistent is Ilanka Dunin, an American cryptology expert who has spent decades rallying a worldwide Kryptos group. She once said, "I don't think anyone truly cares what Kryptos says. What fascinates us is the feeling that it's challenging the human intellect itself." For people like Ilanka, Kryptos is not a game but a conversation between humans and the impossible. Every character, every misspelling, every gap could be a clue. Kryptos behaves like a living organism. The more you probe it, the more it morphs. The first, most popular theory is that Kryptos contains a message about something buried on the CIA grounds. Based on the line, it's buried out there. Who knows where? Only www. Many believe Sanborn hid a physical object, perhaps a metal fragment, a document, or something symbolic. Some even used metal detectors around the courtyard, hoping for a trace. But the CIA quickly forbade such activity. A bolder second theory claims Kryptos is a CIA test, a giant psychological assessment for analytical persistence. Sanborn, however, denies this. Kryptos wasn't created to test anyone. It was created to make people think and feel. Meanwhile, Sanborn himself has become a near-mythic figure. He rarely appears and avoids interviews. Occasionally, when someone seems to approach the truth, he surfaces to drop a new clue that sends the community into a frenzy. In 2010, Sanborn revealed 6 letters from K4 Berlin. 14 years later, he confirmed another 6 clock. Berlin clock left everyone stunned. This is no ordinary clock. The Berlin clock, also known as Uhr der Zeit, is an art piece from 1975 that displays time through illuminated blocks, a symbol of logic and the transformation of information. Many consider it a key, or at least a nudge, that the final text may involve time. But that revelation only tangled the story further. If the Berlin clock is a key, how does it align with K4's letters? Some have tried translating the cipher into binary, on-off states mirroring the clock's lights. Others think Sanborn is playing with the idea of time and knowledge that Kryptos can only be understood once humanity reaches a certain technological threshold. From here, more esoteric theories spread. Some say Kryptos is a gateway to knowledge, connecting the material world with the realm of thought, like sacred texts of ancient civilizations. A few go further, claiming it hides a phonetic frequency which, read at a certain cadence, could call to a cosmic intelligence. The scientific community, of course, rejects such ideas, yet the reach of the Kryptos mystery has spilled beyond art into popular culture. In 2003, author Dan Brown placed Kryptos on the cover of the Da Vinci Code and later featured it in The Lost Symbol. Overnight, Kryptos leapt from courtyard artwork to global legend. Media and even Hollywood took notice. People turned up at Sanborn's home with their own solutions, sometimes hundreds of pages long. At first he replied politely. Eventually, exhausted, he withdrew, asked whether Kryptos would be solved in his lifetime. Sanborn simply smiled. Perhaps, or perhaps never. Kryptos isn't only a cipher in metal, it's a cipher of perception. Then came a twist of fate. William Webster, the only person besides Sanborn known to have seen the full solution, died in August 2025. With him, perhaps, the wax-sealed envelope containing the complete Kryptos text. No one knows where that envelope is. His death deepened the mystery and drove the code-breaking community to the brink. In recent years, Sanborn has said he plans to auction the K4 solution to raise funds for a nonprofit. Strangely, he also claims he has tried to forget its content. I've tried to forget it so I won't accidentally reveal the secret. I think a mystery truly lives, only while it remains unsolved. So perhaps Kryptos was never meant to be solved. Perhaps its very unsolvability is the point. Modern cryptographers continue to use AI and machine learning to chase patterns in K4. Some algorithms have detected rhythmic oscillations reminiscent of Morse, but nothing conclusive. Others experiment with quantum-inspired models, imagining a non-linear code, a language we lack the tools to read. Meanwhile, debates rumble on, and Kryptos stands under the Virginia sun. Each morning, the light slides across the metal characters, casting moving shadows, as if time itself were reading the lines. More than 3 decades in, Kryptos remains a metallic scar on the heart of Langley. Not large, not spectacular, yet indelible. A reminder that some secrets are not in files, but in letters we ourselves engrave and cannot master. The biggest question Kryptos asks may never have been, what does it say, but why must we know? Throughout history, the human mind has been driven by 2 forces in tandem, the thirst to understand and the fear of ignorance. Kryptos pierces both. It is a doorway that invites and an abyss that humbles. Sanborn once said, "I didn't create Kryptos for people to solve it. I created it so people would think about solving." That is the crucial difference between a game and a journey. In a game, you chase answers. In a journey, the search itself is the answer. Scientists call Kryptos a textbook case of the cognitive maze effect, when a problem is hard enough to stimulate the brain, yet starved of information. It can induce a kind of code-breaking addiction. No substance, no smoke, no shape, only obsession. Paradoxically, that obsession keeps Kryptos alive. If K4 were solved tomorrow, its aura might evaporate within hours. While it remains unsolved, It holds power, the power of the unknown. Unlike ancient mysteries, Kryptos doesn't come dusted with time. It was born in the digital age, in the center of modern intelligence, and still defeats us. That is what makes it unsettling. Kryptos is not a relic of the past. It is evidence of the limits of the present. If every secret could be cracked, would we still need mystery, no discovery, no limits, no progress, nothing impossible, no wonder? In that sense, Kryptos is a symbol of the human paradox. We create secrets and suffer because we cannot understand ourselves. Every letter on that copper sheet is part of a dialogue between art and science, instinct and reason, a breath of longing that, in a world saturated with data and technology, there is still room for ambiguity, perhaps from a certain angle. Kryptos is like the night sky filled with billions of characters none of us will ever fully read. And perhaps that is Sanborn's message, that we can look up, ask questions, use every tool to seek truth. But sometimes truth is not to be possessed, but to be respected. If someone solves Kryptos, I'll be pleased. If no one does, I'll still be at peace. Because sometimes, mystery is what makes the world more beautiful. Maybe one day K4 will give way, a line will emerge, a sentence, a message that makes headlines for a moment. And then we will realize what made Kryptos immortal was never the solution, but the search for it. In the end, some ciphers aren't born to be solved. They exist to remind us that in every era, from primal firelight to silicon screens, humankind will keep looking up and asking, what is hidden in the dark?